Chapter 9. Thar She Blows. Foster meets Old Faithful. Foster, a 33-year-old good-looking investment banker and one of the nicest guys we know, could not find a girlfriend to save his life. After joining Match.com, he was besieged by eager, pretty single women from all over Los Angeles. The first girl he started talking to was Michelle, a 32-year-old advertising executive from the Valley. There was instant chemistry between them, and for the first time in a long time, Foster had hopes his dry spell had come to an end. They made plans to meet at a popular martini bar in Beverly Hills. The date was effortless as they hit it off immediately. By the end of the night, they had already planned the second date. Foster was beside himself. The heavens opened and the sun was shining. He liked Michelle. He stopped emailing other prospects that night because it was all about Michelle. For the next date, they went to dinner and a movie. Another great night that didn't end there. She invited him back to her apartment for a nightcap. One glass of wine later, and they were making out. Or as Foster puts it, she face raped him. Say what? Well, her tongue went places he didn't even know existed on his face. He barely got the chance to kiss her because she licked up and down, side to side, and all he felt like a tootsie pop. But the face rape did not deter Foster. He still liked Michelle, quirks and all, so they made plans for a third date. After all, if she used her tongue that expertly on his face, my oh my, the places they could go. The next date was dinner at her apartment, which she cooked for them, and Foster thought that would be the night. After 2 bottles of wine, things started to heat up quickly. Only seconds before the tongue made its second appearance and violated Foster's face almost immediately. She led him into the bedroom and started to undress. Foster opened his wallet to pull out a condom when Michelle stopped him. What are you doing? You don't need to wear a condom with me.
No.
Yeah, I do. No, seriously, you don't. Seriously? Yeah. Foster, you don't need to wear a condom because I'm a virgin. We're not having sex tonight, What the fuck? A virgin at her age, standing naked in her bedroom on the third date? Michelle grabbed his hand to lead him to the bed because, as she put it, she did everything but. Foster was speechless and almost completely erectionless at this point and didn't know what to do. He hadn't heard that expression since his senior year of high school. How could she possibly still be a virgin? Was this Little House on the Prairie? But she was a face raper, people! Laura fucking Ingalls with a tongue that Gene Simmons would envy. On the other hand, he was in the middle of a pretty big dry spell, and any activity now still sounded good to him. So he followed her to the bed despite the huge blaring warning bell that was ringing in his head. They started fooling around, and the more excited she became, how should we put this? The more excited she became, the more lubricated she became. Since it was determined that Foster's penis was not going to penetrate any part of Michelle, he decided to visit her downtown. Jesus, it was like a slip and slide. Just when she was about to reach orgasm, Michelle let out the most unbelievable sound Foster had ever heard. Her body started to quake like Moby Dick was rising from the depths of the ocean, and before Foster could even react, Old Faithful had erupted and gushed some more. The only time he had ever seen anything like this was in a porn movie. I think it was German. He heard that women could do this, but had never experienced it. Poor Foster's orgasm paled in comparison. Michelle. Wow. That was great. Foster. Michelle, do you want to get together again? No, thank you, he wanted to say. I want to towel off, get in my car, and drive far away from you, you freak of nature. But instead, it came out more like this. Yes. When Foster told us about his aquatic adventure, we were stunned. No way was she still a virgin, and no way had he actually met a genuine gusher. Even though Foster knew the virginity thing would eventually be an issue, he desperately tried to rationalize the situation because he so very much wanted a girlfriend. We quickly pointed out that not only is being a virgin at her age in these times in Los Angeles a strange characteristic, but that girls like Michelle will expect him to marry them at the point of penetration, stay away, far away. But did Foster listen? No. He went on date number 4 thinking he would be the stud. Bring the snorkeling gear! They had a great date where they went to a popular sushi and karaoke place called Tidal Wave. No, really, it was called Tidal Wave. It's in a strip mall on Sunset and Gower across from Paramount Studios. During karaoke, she sang a Billy Ocean song followed by a rousing rendition of Under the Boardwalk. Okay, we're kidding about the songs. In the bedroom that night, Foster soon discovered the first deluge was not a fluke. Michelle really did have a unique happy ending and effusively expressed her total satisfaction with their teenage tryst. Foster wasn't sure how long he could keep this up. How many times can a guy dip his toe in the water but never go for a swim? The 32-year-old virgin gusher. Really? Since he wasn't running to City Hall for a marriage certificate anytime soon, Foster knew he wasn't going to see Michelle again. So he did what every man ended up doing. He didn't return the phone calls, emails, or texts. Notice all of the plurals. She was relentless. There were times when he would get 15 texts from her in a day. We tried to convince him to have the balls to call Michelle and tell her the truth, but he was a guy, and he took the coward's way out by ignoring her. But the coward's way usually worked, right? Oh, not this time. While driving home from work one night, Foster noticed a woman standing on the corner in front of his apartment building. It was Michelle. Foster felt bad, but not that bad. He spotted her a few other times waiting for him in random places, and eventually, she just stopped. Here's hoping Michelle found her very own Captain Ahab, as Foster hoped for smooth sailing when he returned to Match.com.